and welcome to the Colourful Creativity Podcast. This is episode 7 and I am Carolien. You can find me online as Carolien on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, Periscope also, even though I'm not recording yet. I am planning to do that, but just a little insecure about it because I don't know when and what to tell, and well, for next year that's the goal, to start periscoping. And there's also a Ravelry group for this podcast, the Colourful Creativity group, so it would be fun if you come and join in on the fun and chat along. It's Sunday today. It's not my usual recording day. I'm a bit late also in uploading. Well, that's obvious. It's a bit later because I had a winter fair yesterday and, well, it was a lot of work to do and I didn't get to recording my podcast earlier. So I hope you still enjoy watching it, and welcome to all returning viewers. Very happy to have you back. Welcome to all new viewers. Very happy that you're checking me out and spending some time of your day with me. And let's just dive in and start with what this podcast is all about. I don't have any finished objects. Well, I don't have any finished knitting objects, I should say that. And I do have some project bags I made and already sold. I also have some beads I'm going to show you, which I made into Christmas ornaments, which are in the shop. So that's in the later part of the podcast. And I'll just start with my work in progress. And yes, since I do not have any finished objects, that means I did not block my shawl yet. But I have a very good explanation for that, which I will show you in a minute. So, starting with the first work in progress. And maybe you still remember from previous episodes, this is in my Knit and Stitch Bits peacock bag. And it is my Puaka shawlette. As you can see, there's not much yarn left, which is great because that means I'm almost at the end. And here it is. It's almost too big. I think when it's blocked it will be too big to show you in one screen, but you can see here I started the laced bit. I am 8 rows from the bind off now, and I'll admit I hate purling, and I even hate purling lace more, but I'll have to get used to it because the knit rows of the lace, so the front side, I can do in 5 minutes, but the back side with purling I need at least 30 minutes. So I'm a really slow purler, and well, if you don't do it, you won't get any faster. And this shawl was really stretching my stitch marker stash because I have a lot of stitch markers in it. I even had to take the plastic ones I had because I didn't want to grab some stash for my shop, but oh well. As you can see, here is where I was last time. So I did a whole lot of rows the last 2 weeks, even though I was working on my doodler. So I'm very, very proud of that. And tomorrow is the deadline for the knit along, the Aroa Knits knit along in the Aroa Knits design group. So I do want to finish this today. So, yes, I'm a bit frustrated. I left it out there so long and I'm almost there, and I do not have any plans for today anymore except for doing a Star Wars marathon with my husband and knitting on this. And then I hope to be able to block this today or tomorrow, and I will block the other shawl with this. So I'll just put out the big mat and block them together. So I will do that in one go. So that's why I didn't block it yet. I wanted to finish this earlier this week, but it just didn't happen because of the purling was so slow. And I really thought I would be quicker, and it is getting quicker now. I think it's just practice that makes perfect in this case, but yeah, it's still not the most fun part because I purl like this. I have to let go of the needle and then throw the yarn around, and yeah, it's just really slow. And that was me knitting at first too, but now I can just do this and my finger does all the work, but it has to learn to do the purling too. It's just a bit more difficult. And it has a purl together through the back loop, so you have to wiggle your needle in and then turn around, and oh well. It is pretty and I will be very happy with it, and I will wear it a lot, I think, because it's so soft with the hedgehog fiber yarn. I even threw this aside already and not telling you anything about it. Sorry about that. That's what you get from being a bit tired from the winter fair and still want to record a podcast. It is hedgehog fibers sock yarn in the colorway Copper Penny, and I am knitting this on a pair of Haya sharps. Let me see. Yeah. And yes, there it is. 3.75 millimeters. And the pattern is by Aroha Knits, and well, everything can be found on my project page, and as always I have already put all the information down here. So on to the next work in progress, my dooler. This is in my other Knit and Stitch Bits bag, the big one, and here it is. I've been a really good girl up until the last clue. No, the last clue was the day before yesterday. The day before that. So I did the first 2 weeks. I even managed to do the whole second clue in 5 days, which I amazed myself about with these huge cables. And then I picked up all the stitches for clue number 3, and I started the first wedge, and I thought, now I have to focus on my puaka shawlette, because otherwise with these huge rows with so many stitches I will never get to that if I want to knit on this all the time. So I had to really restrict myself and just knit on my puaka shawlette, and if I wanted to do something else, knit on socks. So last time you saw it, I believe I was just through the first clue, maybe just started the second one. I'm not quite sure about that, where I was. I think I was the first clue. And well, here you can see the extra color in it. I am planning on doing a wedge of this, of clue number 3, in my number A color. I had 21 grams left, so I was really good with that. And I'm not doing the picot bind off because I don't like it. I usually don't like picot bind offs, and also in crochet I don't like picots, so I will just do a normal garter I-cord bind off, but I'm not quite sure yet which color and how I will do the wedges with the colors. Maybe I will do 3 wedges, maybe I will do 4, but that's all just for next time because I first want to finish my puaka. It's all about finishing now because I'm not a real finisher. So here you can see again the front side. I already, yes, I've been weaving in all the ends. Since I was finished on Wednesday with clue number 2, I thought, be a nice girl. Just weave in all the ends and you will not have to look at it again. So I did that and I'm very proud of that. This is on a Haya sharp needle in 3.5 millimeters, and this is all my own hand dyed yarn. It's Colourful Creativity sock yarn. it's the normal sock yarn, the base sock yarn, and it is a experimental yarn, which is a 100% merino with a little glitter in it. I hope you can see that, and if not, let me get this one. Here you can see it better. It's a really nice teal, peacock teal color, which I will be showing you more of later when I talk about my garment I'm planning to knit for the knit along. So that was the doodler, and I really love seeing all the finished ones now on Instagram and on Ravelry, because that makes me inspired to change a bit in clue number 3 with coloring, with how many wedges, and I really like it, but I really in doubt if I'm gonna do 4 wedges, because I'm not seeing myself knit over 600 or 700 stitches. I think it will really take a long time, but oh well, the plan is to finish this before Christmas, or at least before the 1st of January, so I guess that will be easy when I do not start anything new. Okay, then we have number 3 on whips I've been working on, and it is in my Colourful Creativity Christmas bag. It is a small bag, it's the smallest size, and it easily fits a pair of socks. So, as you can see here, socks, 2 balls of yarn. So, these are my husband's Dalacanium socks. They have transferred to the Christmas bag because, well, when are you gonna use a Christmas bag? On the 1st of Advent. I thought that was a very good date to change bags. And since I only have 1 Christmas bag, so I better use it. So here is where I stand on these. And I only knit 8 rows on these because I did that yesterday evening. I thought, let me get something easy, simple, and I cannot get my happy socks, which I will show you in a bit. And I thought, well, let me do that for my husband, because I want to finish these also for Christmas. So I do have to give them some love anyway. These are knit with my Colourful Merino sock yarn. And this is the colorway Gems. And the pattern is Dalacanium, so Doctor Who inspired, for my Doctor Who loving husband. I think it's really pretty. It's a little bit of pooling, and here you can see some stripes, accidental stripe pooling, but it doesn't bother me, and normally it would, because I don't really like pooling, but this is so random, it is okay. I'm knitting these on my 2.5 higher sharps. I don't think no, I do. My happy socks are not on higher sharps. I just wanted to say I think I only have higher sharps, but that's not true. I do have a lot of other needles too, but most of them are higher sharps. I'm a real fangirl. So that is whip number 3. We're racing through here. Whip number 4 is in my Colourful Creativity bag with my Cool Cats. And these are my happy socks. Here they are, this side. You can see I did a lot. I'm knitting these on my Adi lace needles, which I bought to try out. And I'm actually at the heel, so that's why I couldn't knit them yesterday evening for some just plain easy knitting, because I have to think about which heel I'm gonna put in, and I think it's just gonna be the Fish Lips Kiss heel. They are for myself, so I can fit and see if it works out for me. The last time I did that, it was a bit tight on the top of my foot. It was just really it didn't feel really nice, so I'm hoping I just knit this a little bit farther and that the heel will be better. So the yarn is Opal Surprise in the colorway Lekkerbissen, and I have seen it on Instagram multiple times now with glitter in it, and I haven't found it yet, so I still have 2 or 3 more balls of this, and I think I just can't buy the glitter version of it. I just can't, because I have all the others already. So it's a good thing I can't find it yet. I just have to, well, refrain from buying more yarn. And what was I gonna say about this? Oh yeah, they're just a plain vanilla toe-up sock, just like my recipe. I think I just measure and see if I'm already there yet, and I use the fish lips kiss heel for all the steps, and I just do 64 stitches for my feet on a 2.5 millimeter because that fits nice and tight and makes my socks really nice and warm. As I might have told you before, my mom and my grandmother used to knit me socks. They do it one at a time, cuff down on 4 needles, the big sock needles, because they can put them under their arms. I really can't knit that way, and they are always too loose, those socks. They always slide down your leg, and when I put my shoe out I lose my sock. So I really didn't like that, and it's also a lot less warm that way. So I said to myself, I'm gonna knit myself some really nice and tight socks every time I knit. Sometimes they were a bit too tight and didn't fit, but hey, someone else was happy with that. But yeah, well, I just like my socks are nice and tight because they will get loose when washing and wearing. So those were the whips. So let me see if I can find my show notes. I have them on my phone this time, which is not the best because my screen will go black and I can't see my notes anymore. So we're going on to acquisitions. I have a really nice package here. It is a really awesome box, and it also says here mit Liebe gemacht, so made with love, and it's from Germany. Well, that's the clue. And it is from Herbstblatt Regina, or from Regina, from the Herbstblatt Regina podcast, of course. And here you have a sneak peek in the box. I will get it all out. I already removed the nice paper that was around it because it would make too much noise. And first I'm going to show you this one. Let's not put it on the ground. Here. This cute little bag with the awesome quilting is what I got from Regina, and there's some nice stitch markers on there too. Hope you can see them. There you go. And it's a really pretty bag. The inside is nice and plain white, and it's boxed with a nice label on it, Herbstblatt Kreationen, which is Regina's brand name. And I really love it. She made this especially for me, she said. We did a swap, and I sent her some things also for the Fall in Love knit along she organized, and she will tell you all about that in her podcast. But I got this bag from her, and I'm really happy with it. So now I can use it. I left it in a box because I thought if I'm gonna use it, it might get dirty or something, and I don't want that. And well, I also got this little one. I think it's called a little bird of happiness. That's what I found on Ravelry, and I really, really love it, and I will put it up in my room because it's so sweet, and I really needed some happiness last week, so thank you very much, Regina. What I also got was a whole lot of minis. Look at this. All the minis. And she already put them in balls, so I don't have to do that any when I want to start. So that's really, really nice and easy. And I have recognized one ball. Boom. This one. This one I know is a berenwolle Alpenmilchchokolade. So the Milka chocolate, the purple and brown, and I love that. So I actually would like a piece of chocolate now, because seeing this and thinking about chocolate, that's how the mind works. Isn't that crazy? I am in a course about mindful eating, and also being mindful, a lot of mindfulness exercises, and getting all stress out of your body and all your old patterns, breaking through them. A lot of that about eating, but also other things, and it really helps me lose all the old garbage I have and all the things you learn yourself about eating. So yeah, thinking about food makes your saliva in your mouth already run, and making yourself ready for that food, which is really crazy because I'm not gonna eat chocolate. I discovered I'm not really good with eating sugar. I get nauseated when I eat sugar and really, really tired. So sugar is not the best thing to eat for me. I'd rather take an apple or some other kind of fruit, an orange or anything. Not a banana, because that's too sweet for me. Or I'm gonna bake my own banana bread without sugar, but with the banana as sweetener. So yeah, well, just a little sidestep about chocolate, seeing the Alpenmilchchokolade yarn from Berenwolle. So let me put these aside. I'm just wondering, cuddle it. It's so nice and soft yarn. We love yarn. And I also got this cute little bag full of tea. And since I love tea, and especially with flavors, I'm gonna open it and show you the teas I got. It's the caramel apple pie and the blueberry muffin and some lemon cake. Really appropriate for this time of the year, and actually for today, because it is an autumn storm today. And some Dilma Exceptional Rose with French Vanilla, which really smells nice. And some Leib und Seele Tee Auszeit, which is a bio herbal tea with bio apples. That sounds really nice too. It has cinnamon in it and some fennel and mint. So that will be nice. But that was not all that Regina sent, because I told her last time I'm gonna be hosting a garment knit along, and she sent a prize for it already. This bag. This cute drawstring bag, which also has stitch markers on it. Very pretty, I think. Very nice label. Herbstbad Kreationen. And it's a nice big bag. It's also nicely boxed. So you can really put a lot in there. I don't think it's a whole sweater, but you can put in a big shawl, I think. At least more than a pair of socks. Maybe I'm gonna do some more ambitious plan socks, and this time succeed with 4 at a time. I don't know. You could try that with this one. So that is the first prize you can win when you join in on the garment knit along. And talking about the garment knit along, I found the yarn I want to use for my knit along, or for the garment. And I'm going to knit the peacock eye cardigan. I have forgot the name, but I will just blend it in here. The name of the designer, I mean. And I'm gonna use this yarn. It's the same yarn as I'm using in my doodler. And I'm gonna use my leftover yarn from the doodler for my swatch. I've never made a gauge swatch before, so I'm gonna look up how that works. If you have to do some purling and some knitting on the side and how that works. And since I dyed this yarn myself, I will have to do alternating stripes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that with 2 or 3 skeins, or how it's best to do that. So I guess I will ask a friend who's coming over for Christmas and really knits a lot. So she will probably be able to tell me some more things about how to knit my cardigan. I do know it's a top-down cardigan, which I really wanted. I wanted to be able to get it on, and since what I believe it's a lot of stockinette, I will have to do a lot of purling. So I better learn how to purl a little bit faster, because otherwise 3 months will not be enough to make myself a cardigan. And well, what did I want to say about that anymore? Oh yes, well, the cardigan is one of my goals for 2016, and on the list for my goals for 2016, I also have some Fair Isle and steeking, so I will not have to do that much purling anymore. And I was talking about that in the Colourful Creativity group, and someone also said that she wanted to learn that. So I guess after the first 3 months with the garment knit along, we're gonna do a Fair Isle knit along and steeking knit along after that. So we're already in June with the second goal and projects planning. So I guess it's gonna be a good year next year, learning new things. And I'm really looking forward to that, because, well, as said, with crochet I knew already a whole lot of things, and I thought there's nothing more I can learn from this that I like. So transferring to knitting opened up a whole new world of learning things, and yeah, I love that. So if you want to chat about your goals, come along in the Ravelry group and tell us all about it. And maybe I will get some new ideas from you, because by interacting with other people I really noticed, oh yeah, I want to learn that too. Oh, and I want to learn that too. And that and that. Oh god, that list is gonna be long. But that's fine. I just pushed a few things from this year to next year, which are gloves or mittens. I've noticed on the winter fair yesterday wearing single fingerless mittens. I don't know if that's a word, but it sounds reasonable for me. I want to do whole hand fingerless mittens, because I couldn't wear my rings that I wear when I demonstrate and am at a fair or a market, because it's a huge glass ring, and I think I could have worn it today, but I know I have put it somewhere in the boxes of the winter fair yesterday. Let me tell you a little bit more about it, and I will insert a nice clip also here in a bit, because my husband made a little video clip about it, showing me demonstrating bead making and a little impression of how the market looked. The weather yesterday was really pretty. It was sunshine, but also almost freezing cold because of a really hard wind. almost stormy, and well, it wasn't that busy, so that was a pity. But we had a lot of fun, and the atmosphere was really nice. It was wintry, Christmassy, so yeah, the weather and the cold were matching with the theme of the fair, of course. But still, I don't think I will do an outside fair in winter, because when I came home yesterday I was cold to the bone, and I had to shower, I had to make a hot water bottle, and I had to get a blanket to get warm. And now still my fingers are sore because they were too cold making the beads, and I had to stop making beads because the wind was too hard, even though I was standing in a garage, which was of course a roof above my head, but the front was open so people could see me, and that's why it was still cold. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and well, I will put in the clip now. Well, I hope you liked seeing me making beads and looking at how the winter fair was. I also have one acquisition. Well, it's a personal acquisition, not something yarny, but a Christmas acquisition I have bought yesterday at the fair. I have it here. It's a very nice Christmas ball. I hope you can see that. Yeah. Jingle bells with all small, colorful, there it is, bells in it. I will not make too much noise because I think it will ruin your hearing when you have headphones on. So, and it is made by Bir, the one who also makes Colourful Creativity things, like the cards and the bags. So yeah, it was really fun that she was there too. She was standing on the other side, so a bit far away. We didn't have that much time to chat, but we had a great time. And let me see at the show notes. Yeah, that brings us to Christmas updates. Shop updates! And the shop update is a Christmassy and beady one, because I made some Christmas ornaments. Nice cute little angels and Christmas Santas. They are called Kerstman, so Christmas man. And they have little bells underneath. Please focus. Yes, there they are. They are in the shop already. And that's not the only thing I made. I also made these cute little snowmen. And I have a whole lot of different ones. Some have hats, some have big black hats, some have ear warmers like this one, little scarves, buttons, nose, and also jingle bells. And I really like them. And I even managed to miniaturize them so I could make them into stitch markers. And I will get these like this. They do have to look at the camera, of course, and I will do this because they are so small. Let me see. That's not really working. That makes it too dark. So here they are. Look at the camera, little one. Aren't they cute? I really like them. And I think I will make some more. Maybe I could make a whole army of little snowmen. And I also have this one. Cute little sock. Put it in front of my face. Would that help? Yep. Focus is always a thing. Here you can see the little sock. I do have some Christmas trees and snowflakes also, but I still have to make them because I got a little bit of time issue at the end of preparing for the fair. But there's some extra Christmassy things coming, so I think Instagram will be the best place to look at that. And yeah, that brings us already to the end, where I want to thank and mention some other podcasters. First I want to thank Helen from the As Yet Unnamed podcast for mentioning me and the thread on the Ravelry group for the craft goals for 2016. It was really fun. I was just knitting and listening and not looking at the podcast at that moment, and I heard my name and I thought, huh? What? Oh! That was really funny. So thank you, Helen. And I have been watching a lot of podcasts while sewing and making the Christmas ornaments. And I have to look up so I use the right name. I've been really enjoying the General Waste podcast by Julia. Julia is from Germany, and in her second episode, which I watched, she had 3 finished objects, so I was really amazed. And I really loved her podcast, so Julia, keep up the good work. I saw this morning, just before recording, you had put out episode 3, so I will enjoy that tomorrow when my husband's at work and I'm at home. And I've been looking at another podcast, the Holland Handmade podcast by Erin. And even though it said Holland, I thought she was from the Netherlands, but she was from Holland. Which is a little town in America, apparently. I have not looked it up on Google Maps, but it was really funny that you weren't from here. So she makes really pretty bags, and I was almost drooling on my laptop seeing your Felici order come in. I am very lucky because there is some Felici on its way to me very soon. So before the end of the year, I hope to have some Felici in this house too. And well, with that, I'm gonna leave you, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, or whenever you're watching, you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again in 2 weeks, I hope. Bye bye!